Privet, dzień dobry, assalamu alaikum, ciao, konnichiwa, bonjour, hola. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Ken at 10. If you haven't been here before, it's because it's 10 and I'm Ken. We're James Alexander Estate Agents and we broadcast every day live for you talking about property. How are you? Hope you're well. We're situated in Norbury, which is situated between Streatham to the north and Croydon to the south. Bit of a thoroughfare, really. So I like to always give us a shout out there. Norbury, lovely place to be. Zone 3 commuter area, lots of lovely people. And you should come here. Buy properties for investment. Maybe come here to live. Join us. Certainly give us a call if you're interested. Today, I want to talk about the springtime. Now, we've mentioned a lot that springtime is here, what's going on, and we're just heading up to the Easter holidays now. And what we find on the Easter holidays is, as I mentioned yesterday, they're a bit of a damp squib. People expect them to be really busy, and generally they're quite busy, but the busier times are actually when the children are back at school. So if you're planning a move, then it could be wise to just think about a release just after those children go back to school. And that has the added benefit of giving mum and dad some quiet time to perhaps clear up and make the place as nice as possible. Because I know that's a real problem for many of you. In terms of what to do, how to prepare, when you should move by, is it a good time to move? These are questions that come up time and time again. Let's start with, is it a good time to move? Well, why it's a good time to move, and I really do genuinely think it is right now, is because spring is a time when most people move. And the advantage that gives you is that once you've sold, there are going to be some things out there you can buy. And that's actually as if not more important than what you're selling, isn't it? I always say you've got to fall a little bit out of love of the one you're selling, haven't you? Make someone else fall in love with it, yes. But yourself, you've got to fall a little bit out of love with it, deconnect from it, be detached emotionally, and then emotionally fall in love with something else, hopefully. And that process means that we must have the available stock out there where you're looking to buy. So once you're under offer, you can take full advantage of this. And in order to do that, you first of all need to get a buyer for your own home. So really good time to move, yes, for sure, for two reasons. One, how long will this bullish market go on? We don't really know. With so much going on, so much disruption in so many different ways, nobody can really advise you on when this property boom might end. But what we can say is right now it's really busy. Make hay while the sun shines. So make sure if you're thinking of moving, now could be the best time for you. In terms of time frame, once you've decided to make the move, what I would be doing over the Easter holidays if I were you is thinking about enjoying the children while they're off school. And then as soon as they go back, that's the time to roll your sleeves up. Perhaps enjoy the garden with your children in the meantime. Perhaps you could tidy up those grass borders, clean up the front door in readiness for the sale. And then once you're ready, that's the time when the agent can come around. Professional photographers are always best. That's what we use every time. And if your agent's not, then they're doing you and your home a disservice. And if you are on the market and you're not getting action right now, do give us a call, because there's lots of hints, tips and tricks we can give you, not least on our podcast, the Property Buyer and Sellers Podcast. If you don't want to get in touch directly, do look that up on your favorite provider. But other than that, we can usually give you some hints, tips and tricks and little steers that might make the difference between you currently getting no inquiries and getting a lot of inquiries. So do let us know if you're stuck in that position where, strangely, you're one of those houses that's on the market but not getting the action right now, because you are one of the few. Most houses should be getting a good level of action right now. And if you're not getting a strong level of viewings and offers, something's off. It could be presentation. It could be where it's advertised. It could be how it's advertised. It could be the responses that your agent is giving to potential buyers. There are all sorts of reasons why that could be happening, and we love consulting on those ones. So if you are in that position, do give me a call or drop me an email. Call me on 0208 679 8601, or give me an email, ken@jamesalexander.com, and we can talk you through it. And so on from then, children back at school, roll your sleeves up, time to prepare for that sale. The first thing is you've got to do the old thing, get agents around. Most people say get 3 agents around, don't they? And who do you go with? That's another big question. It's a difficult one because, agents are salespeople. Generally, you're going to find if you choose 3, they're all going to be quite nice people. But what you've got to ask yourself is this the person that I trust the most in my home? This is a big financial asset of yours. And if it's a case of it's just another one in the queue, going into the organ grinder and just being chewed up and spat out and sold along the way, or is it someone that's really going to take care of you, your home, your family, and perhaps look after your onward purchase as well as your sale? That's what you've got to ask yourself. You're going to be dealing with this person for literally, it could be 3, 4, even 5 months that you're dealing with the agent for. So make sure it's the person, yes, look at the valuations, but the valuations should be fairly similar. If they're out a bit, I would say don't necessarily go with the highest. Highest is not necessarily the best. trust me on this. Sometimes the highest is just the agent trying to get you to sign a contract with them. Now, there's nothing wrong with shooting for the moon if it works, but actually, more often than not, what happens is that you end up in a position where you're not getting viewings and you gradually have to reduce the price. And this ends up impacting on the final sale price you achieve. You want to be that hot one coming to market, which is why we use the strategy of offers over a certain price range quite often, and that works very well. And in terms of timing, how long will it take? Well, it's a piece of string question, isn't it? It does depend. But at the moment, we're finding on average a couple of weeks, we've got a buyer on average. And then from there, the actual transaction to go through can be as much as 3 to 4 months, depending on the chain and the circumstances of all the buyers in that chain. That's why the auctions are such a beautiful thing. We've got a property we're just releasing to auction now with a short lease, beautiful little 2-bedroom flat that needs work, terrific investment. Of course, it's cash buyers only, and that's coming up at the end of April in our next auction. And auctions are a beautiful thing when you're used to waiting all that time, just bang, hammer down, done, sale done. They're quite exciting and something we love to be part of here at James Alexander. And it is something we can offer an added little nuance for you. You know, if you're thinking, well, I'll sell on the open market, but actually I really need to sell. So if it doesn't go that well, consider auctions. Well, we can do both those things for you. So that's another thing worth considering. Now, tomorrow, we just had 2 emails from the Homes Under the Hammer crew. So we're out with them 9 a.m. tomorrow and then straight on to another one in Earlsfield, or both in Earlsfield, actually. It's funny how last week it was 2 in Wimbledon, 1 in Colliers Wood, and this week we're off to Earlsfield for a couple. So looking forward to that in the morning. It might be that Ken at 10 gets a little bit delayed because of that. I'll try and do a live from the location if I am not filming at the time. And we love that. There's so many episodes now banked coming up. We're excited to show you as and when they come up. So apart from that, busy day in the office today in terms of admin, not much in terms of valuation. So it could be a really good time if you're thinking of getting a valuation, you just want some advice. We've got the time right now. Give us a call. So that's it for today. Hope you're well. Look after yourselves. And if you can, your family and friends, we'll be back same time, hopefully tomorrow, or if not, a little bit later. Ciao.